Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to be going through the MLB lineup rankings for the 2026 season, in my opinion. And it's just going to not just be like, I'm not a stats nerd. It's just, eye test and things that I see, vibes, whatever. I'm not a fucking nerd, so we're just going to go with it, all right? 30, I got the Cardinals. Yes, the Cardinals. Sorry, Cardinals fans, but this lineup is not very good this year. I'm sorry. Neither is the pitching. It's probably not going to be a great year for you guys. You got Burleson in the middle of that lineup who looked good last year. He's a good hitter. I'll give you that. Herrera, decent. Everyone else, I'll have to see. We'll have to see, but Nootbaar hasn't impressed me. Walker hasn't impressed me. And, I'm sorry for you guys this year. 29, I got the Rockies. So they're not last this year, which is good. They got, Moniak. They added a few guys, McCarthy, Castro, Julian. Nothing huge. No huge signings, but I like Moniak. I like Goodman. Beck might have a good year, but other than that, I just don't see you guys winning a lot of games again, unfortunately. But hey, at least you live in Colorado. That's good, at least. 28, the Marlins. So the Marlins surprised a lot of people last year, which was good. I'm glad they did. But their lineup just isn't blowing anyone away. Stowers had a great year last year. Augustin Ramirez had a decent year. Otto Lopez, he's okay. I'm excited for a couple of these young guys, but we'll see. I think they won't do as good as they did last year. I'll say that. 27, I'm going with the Nationals. They got some good young players in this lineup. Abrams, Wood. Dylan Cruz has been terrible his first couple years. Luis Garcia, decent hitter. You got some decent guys other than your two top guys, but the bottom of that lineup is just awful offensively. So another bad year for the Nationals, but I think they're going to grow together. They're going to grow together and probably be good in a couple years. 26, the White Sox. So I know what you guys are thinking. What the hell are you talking about? But hey, guys, I'm a Murakami monster. I think he's going to be good. I'm a Montgomery believer. The sample size he had last year, over 20 home runs, and I don't know how many games. Not many. He did not play a lot of games. He's going to be good. Some of their young guys I'm looking forward to seeing. Vargas is decent. Benintendi, still experienced vet. This lineup is going to surprise some people, in my opinion. All right, now 25, the Rays. So they're 2, 3, 4 in this lineup. Super good. I'll give you that. If we're facing those three, you want your best reliever. But then, other than that, Cedric Mullins, not a huge add, in my opinion. Gavin Lux, whatever. Chandler Simpson is just a base stealer. So just not a ton of help with other than those three. They added decent guys, but nothing crazy. 24, the Guardians. So, they got Steven Kwan, Ramirez, 2 All-Stars. Manzardo is going to have a good year. Other than that, just complete dog water. I'm sorry, guys. That's just keeping it real. But, somehow they're going to win their division. I don't get it. I'm serious. This is like the biggest confusion ever. How? I don't know how they win the division. I don't know how they go to the playoffs, but it's probably going to fucking happen. So get ready. Get ready to see the Guardians in the playoffs. 23, the Twins. So they got a few standard guys, but they always get hurt. Buxton, Royce Lewis, They're always hurt. If it's healthy, they're going to be amazing. If not, then they're just going to have a shit year. Some guys also I'm excited about. Luke Keyshaw, he's going to be good. Brooksley, I think he's going to be better upcoming this year. Wallner hasn't done much in his career. Larnach is okay. This lineup is just okay. I'm not going to say that they're good. I'm not going to say that they're terrible. Just nothing crazy. 22, the Reds. So the Reds did not upgrade much. Pretty much kept their lineup the same, other than adding Suarez, which I like. Good addition. They got Ellie, obviously, who's superstar, one of the best players in the league, but, nothing great after that. I'm excited I want to see Sal Stewart get a bigger sample size, and Hayes in that lineup Hayes is terrible. I don't know, but 22 is a good spot for him. 21, the Pirates. I'm actually very happy if you were a Pirates fan, I would be very happy because they did great things this offseason. They got Ozuna, had an off year last year. I think he'll come back. Brandon Lau, great hitter. Ryan O'Hearn is a good hitter. They've still got O'Neal Cruz. He needs to get his average up, do better against lefties, but, they added a lot of talent, and I think that it's going to show on the field this year. They maybe could go 500, in my opinion, and maybe sneak into the playoffs, but we'll see. 20, the Rangers. This is a very overrated lineup. People love this team. I love a few players on it. Corey Seager. I like that they added Nimmo. Wyatt Langford, obviously, is a good player. But Jake Berger had an off year last year. I was super high on Jake Berger. I was super disappointed that he had an off year. Jock Peterson, I think he hit below 200 last year, but I think he should come back, and I'm just not super high on their other guys, but I think, their pitching is good enough to where they'll be all right. All right, 19, I got the Giants. So they improved a lot from the start of last year. They got Devers last year in a trade. Luis Ariz they signed. Willie Adames, great. I actually love Elliot Ramos. He's improving every year. Matt Chapman, solid. There's just a lot of solid players on this team, and there's not a lot of easy outs. So I think 19 is a great spot for them, and they're going to be competing just fine in that division. 18, the Brewers. Churio, Turan, Contreras, Yelich, Vaughn. Woo, it's pretty good. I wouldn't want to face that top five. Pretty solid. But other than that, if they improved their other role players, they would be a lot higher on this list. But I think they're just good enough to compete in that division, and they probably will be darn near winning that division. So we'll see. But I like their roster. I like their lineup. And I think they'll be fine. 17, the D-backs. So their top guys, super good. Very good. Cattell, Marte, Corbin Carroll. Very good players, top 20 players in the league. Other than that, their supporting cast, they got Carlos Santana this year. Old man Santana, he walks a lot. He's all right. Arenado, old man, washed. Good in the field, but washed. Perdomo, I like him. Don't get me wrong. Other than that, I think they could improve. 16, the Angels. Before you guys get mad, look at how much power they have. They've got Logan O'Hoppe, who's got a lot of power. Soler, Joe Adell, Neto, Trout. They all got serious power. They might not be they're not gonna probably hit for 300, any of them, but they got a ton of power. And against these teams that can't strike anyone out, I think they're gonna do pretty well. And, like I said, they're not gonna have a very good average, but this team has a lot of pop. So I'm excited to watch some dingers from this team. And they're going to surprise a lot of people, I think. 15, I got the Red Sox. They got a solid all-around team. They, Roman Anthony, good upcoming player. They just don't have really a weak spot in this lineup. A lot of guys that can do some damage versus some pitching. And the most, I think, complete team so far that we've seen. And they have the right guys for the field that they play at. No crazy power, but just a lot of great hitters, like just overall hitters. 14, Blue Jays. So before all of Canada gets mad at me, Springer, seriously, he's not going to do as good as he did last year. I'm sorry. Barger, we'll see. He has never been like a super top prospect that everyone's looking for. Vladdy, he's good. I'll give you that. I want to see what this new guy is talking about, this third baseman. But, man, Varsho, he's good. Kirk is good. But, guys, just don't fool yourselves. This isn't a top 10 lineup, I'm sorry to say. 13, we got the A's. So, finally, this young team is coming together. And they're finally going to do great things together. This lineup is just, 1 through 7, very, very solid, okay? And I don't know about this Max Muncy character. Clark is a great fielder. I don't know about a hitter. Nick Kurt's second year, he's going to do amazing things. Really still got Rooker, Soderstrom. I think Wilson will get tamed down a little bit, but guys, I'm excited for this young team. 12, we got the Tigers. So a lot of people got them lower, but I actually think they're more complete than people think. Torkelson had a comeback year. He's going to be better. He got sent down to AAA a couple years ago, but he's always been a top prospect. Carpenter, great hitter. Riley Green, top 10 left-handed hitter in the league. Just a lot of solid guys other than that, I think they're just going to do super well. Their pitching is good, and they're going to win their division. 11, the Royals. So this is a team that a lot of people sleep on, but they actually are going to do pretty good. So I don't know why they don't have Kaggs in here, but he's going to be in the MLB. He's going to do a lot better second year, and they're forgetting about him in the lineup. Obviously, they got the best shortstop in the league, and Pasquantino had a great year. He's in his prime, so he's going to do great. Miguel Garcia, great leadoff hitter. Perez is getting older, but he's still a great hitter. So just don't sleep on this team. Number 10, the Astros, the villains of the MLB. They're just pretty stacked, actually. They're still got Pena, Altuve, Alvarez. Oof. They got one of the better hitting catchers in the league. Christian Walker is going to do better this year, in my opinion. And Alvarez, a full healthy year with him. Solid DH. So they got a pretty scary lineup. I wouldn't want to face them if I was in the playoffs. Let's be real. And we'll see if there's any garbage cans being hit or anything like that. But something to look out for. Number 9, the Braves. Very good lineup. They lost Ozuna. Nothing crazy there. And, Acuna is one of the best in the league. Full healthy year with him. He might put up MVP numbers. We'll see. And Olson's still a very solid hitter. Austin Riley fell off a little bit after his first couple years, but still a great hitter. Baldwin, great hitting catcher. Ozzie Albies has fallen off a little bit, but they just got solid all-around team, and they're going to be up there for competing for a World Series. All right, so 8 Mariners, and I don't know if Raleigh will get 60 home runs this year, but he's still going to do good, probably around 40-ish, 40-something. Julio Rodriguez, one of the best center fielders in the league. They added Brendan Donovan, who is an underrated hitter, maybe not super power, but great hitter. Naylor, Rosarena, very, very good. The problem is the bottom of their lineup is not scary, so that is the only thing that's keeping them from being a top 5 lineup. 7, the Padres. Now, their lineup is great, and don't sleep on them. Gavin Sheets is going to be pretty solid. Bogarts is very underwhelming with this contract. Cronenworth, nothing crazy, but the top of their lineup, very good. Very, very good. I love Jackson Merrill. Tatis, he's not going to put up the numbers he used to, taking steroids or whatever he took. Machado has always been a good hitter. And, man, just don't sleep on this lineup because a lot of people do. It's their pitching that's going to not bring them places, we'll say. All right, 6, the Cubs. So they added Bregman. Good add because their whole lineup is very good. They've got a very solid lineup, top to bottom. Carson Kelly even had a good year last year. But Pete Crow Armstrong, top 5 center fielder in the league, defensively and offensively. And they've got a bunch of guys that can hit home runs. Dansby Swanson's still a good player. Man, I think they're going to do pretty well this year. And people are really high on their pitching. I'm not, but they're hitting, man, very, 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 very solid. Number 5, the Orioles. Great addition with Pete. He's going to be just changing lives. Same thing with Taylor Ward. They added a lot of pop on the right side. Adley Rutschman is going to have a better year, in my opinion. And top to bottom, they just got a great lineup. Tyler O'Neill, they have a lot of right-handed pop. And O'Neill, obviously, he hits well versus just about every lefty. Colton Cowser, he's a good left-handed hitter. Gunnar Henderson as well. And they're definitely, in my opinion, a top 5 lineup. Number 4, the Phillies. So that old, steady Phillies. They got rid of Castellanos and brought in Adolis Garcia. So they brought in more pop, less average, more strikeouts. Maybe not that many more, but everyone else stays the same. And this lineup is always good. They're always a top 5 lineup, and they always keep their guys together until they get moved around, until there's a salary cap. They're consistently a top 5 lineup with all these power and Trey Turner. They got a good mix. They got a good mix of power and average. So they're number 4. Number 3, the Mets. So this is where these teams literally have all the money in the world, can pay for whoever they want. So they bought their way to Bo Bichette and Jorge Polanco, and those are pretty good pickups. Traded for Luis Robert. He's, the problem with Polanco and Robert, they don't hit for average. And Polanco had a career year last year. I don't think he's going to have as good of a year. And I don't know. Them losing Pete is going to be it's not going to be great, okay? But Lindor, Soto, if you have those two, your lineup is going to automatically be very solid. Number 2, the Yankees. They really didn't do anything to add to their roster, but it's already good to begin with, so what's the point, 1 through 7 is just a crazy, crazy pull. I mean, they got Grisham, who's good, and Judge, best hitter in the league. Like pure right-handed hitting, Aaron Judge is the best. And Bellinger, Rice has got power. He's good. Stanton, just obviously like a slow statue, but he's an absolute mammoth and has got power. And Jazz is Jazz, so they're going to be good. Number 1, everyone knows it, and I don't really have to explain it, the Dodgers. I really shouldn't have to say anything. They bought Kyle Tucker. They have the best lineup in the league. They have the best pitching rotation in the league. They're going to win the World Series again. And then I think the MLB will go on strike because of it. And in 2027, if we don't have a strike, it's because of these guys, because they're the Monstars of the MLB, and they're going to win 110 games, 100 games, and they're just going to blow out the competition, and it's going to be fun to watch, but also kind of dumb. All right, thank you guys for watching my shitty video. I hope to get maybe 50. Can I get 50 views? Can I get 50 likes? I'm shooting for 50 likes, but realistically, I would love 50 views. And that's not saying much, guys. Like, subscribe, and, if you like the video, comment. If you don't like the video, comment. I just need some comments, man. All right. Peace out. Enjoy your day, okay?